Hey y'all. I just want to start off by saying it's storming where I am, so if you hear anything in the background, that's what it is. Hopefully it doesn't interfere too much with this recording this evening. So today I want to talk about judgment. This is part 2 of the negativity vlog, which is, it goes along with last week's vlog about relationships and negativity in our relationships. I hope you've had time to process gossip, and I hope you've had time to process how much we're functioning oftentimes in our childhood and not in our adulthood. I know that I posted on Instagram that in this vlog I was going to mention some of the things you look for in a therapist when you're looking for a couples therapist. I don't have that information to talk about with you today, but that is in the plans for me to have more discussion with you about that going forward. So I do have it in my mind to do it. I do have notes to mention that to you. Just it's not going to be today. I hope you'll forgive me if you were waiting for that. And if it's something that you definitely want or need, please send me an email, and that's in the description box. So let's jump into our topic today, which is judgment. I think we all know what judgment looks like. I don't think we're clueless. As a woman, and I'm speaking from my place as a woman, I have observed and at points in my life been very much a part of judging other women. And I think we all know about what I would say some typical woman judging, which is like what she got on and why is her hair like that. And please don't think I'm making light of that. There's a reason why we do those things. But then there's the more astute and intellectual type of judging, which is more along the lines of, I just philosophically, I don't understand how someone could think that way. Girl, quit judging. Stop. That ain't got nothing to do with you. And even if it does, again, there's a way that we can process this world around us that doesn't have to be gossiping and judgment. So why do we judge? I think our judgment comes from a place of being unable and maybe even unwilling to accept ourselves fully. I think what we choose to put in, whether it's the shows we watch, the music we listen to, the people that are around us and what they are saying to us, can encourage us, including our past, hey past, can encourage us to have a difficult time accepting ourselves fully, flaws and all. And I think when we are not accepting of ourselves, we in turn judge ourselves, and what's in here comes out of here. So if you are judging you, trust me, you are going to judge everyone around you. And recently I was experiencing a few different women that I kind of come across that were judging women for what I thought were like, come on, for real? We too old for that. Like, you judging somebody about that? That's what my mind was thinking. So, first of all, that in and of itself is a judgment from me. Judging someone else's judgment is a judgment. My judgment isn't better because it's philosophical and it's not about somebody's hair or their clothes. Because my judgment is about somebody's character, it doesn't make it better judgment. It's still judgment, y'all. And it's not okay. I am not here to push perfection. That's not what I'm here to do. I'm here to get us to just really think about our actions and process our behaviors and our actions when we have a moment of quiet, when we're in the bed or before bed, or when we have time alone, when we're in the tub, or wherever we are, in the car. When you have time alone, I'm just asking you to think about the topic that I'm bringing up throughout the week and see where you fit and where you can make adjustments so that you can be better than where you were today or whatever day. So, first of all, that was my judgment of this other woman. Why are you judging like that? That is just so like 20s. It's so like high school to judge about stuff like that. Girl, you judging her. So that's number one. But what I realized that it was occurring in these moments of quiet that I was experiencing with these women. It was almost a place of, I'm not comfortable with it being quiet right now, so let me break this quiet and I'm going to judge this woman over here. Or it was a matter of, I felt that the woman or women I would happen to be around were feeling insecure themselves for whatever the reason was, and I felt like they were choosing to judge. Let me just get the spotlight off me real quick. Let me find something wrong with the people around me so we can at least get the spotlight off of me temporarily. And I think that's just kind of what we do in general when we haven't processed ourselves and dealt with us here. It comes out to other people. And the unfortunate thing is I think we very rarely find ourselves judging the opposite sex. It's so sad. We find ourselves often judging other women. And it's partly because we also comparison shop. We're big comparison shoppers in this country. This is just a sidebar. I did not plan to mention this. But we often, if someone posts about an engagement, a wedding, or a baby, we're comparing, was mine good enough? Will I ever get my own? And then because we're feeling any type of despair or not being good enough or whatever the feelings are, we go into judgment zone. Even if we feel like ours was better than what someone else had, or when it occurred in their life, or how it was presented, that is all coming from a place of not feeling full and feeling validated within oneself. And just to be clear, only you can validate you. Your accomplishments, your boo thing, your home, your car, your clothes, they can encourage us to feel a little more secure. I'll give you that. But it's not going to validate you. So that's very temporary. If it's making you feel safe, I really hope you spend some time with you, because that's no longer going to make you feel safe in the long run, because that's going to get old for you too, because it's a temporary item. It's not your eternal part of yourself. So I think we judge because we are not able to accept ourselves. And I think the other part of judging is, which is part of what I mentioned with this philosophical judgment, is we often sometimes think we're better than we actually are. Sorry, announcement, hashtag you ain't all that. Self included. And of course that comes from a place of not feeling secure. The need to judge comes from a place of not feeling complete and secure. But we judge from a place of I'm better, and we judge from a place of I'm not good enough. But all of them, whichever way it goes, however the pendulum is swinging, it's not from a place of balance and completeness. And at the end, it's because we're not secure and whole. I'm repeating myself. Okay. How do we move past it? I said it already. The only way to move past that is if we allow ourselves to be flawed and to be whole. See, the reason we have to allow ourselves to be flawed is because that's the complete picture of us. If we are not allowing ourselves to be a flawed human being, then we are not allowing ourselves to be our complete selves. Therefore, we can never even begin the process of accepting ourselves. Please hear that. If we cannot accept ourselves with our flaws, we can't even begin the process of feeling complete and whole, because therein is where it starts, because that's our full picture. Okay, we can accept the cute stuff, yeah, but can you accept the stuff that's not cute, that you're embarrassed about, that you don't like, that people don't like about you? And I am not in any way saying accepting the flaws means allowing the flaws to continue if they're changeable. The character related items you can work on, right? And even in that, even though you say I am negative, I'm judgmental, I'm a gossiper, and that sucks about me. First of all, you've accepted that it sucks about you, and I think that's huge. Hopefully that encourages you to function from a place of humility rather than possibly arrogance or so. But even in that, you're not perfect in it, you're working toward it, you're working at it, but acknowledging that it's there, and not just acknowledging it in some secret, quiet way with yourself where you present to be this fully formed front with everyone that's around you. Not that. That ain't accepting yourself. And I understand, sometimes you got to toughen it up and get it together. You have to do that to survive. I get that. I'm talking about when it's the time when you can be real. And I don't have a circumstance to just throw out to you right now, but when it's time to be real, be real. You with your girl or your family, somebody is good here and you all are talking and it's genuine and real, but still you feel the need to present some form of a front because at the end of the day, it's about that. Girl, stop. Because you're not accepting you when you're in that place of pretending. So that to me, that is how you begin the process. Now, I think, and I say again, meaning in previous vlogs, I can't flush out every single way that you can address how to begin the process of being complete. I think a coach could help you more specifically because every person is going to need something tailored to them and what they're working on. But the place where all of us start is by accepting our flaws. And accepting means I accept that they're ugly, i.e. I am also working on those items, but I'm no less of an amazing human being with those flaws. So this last part that I'm going to say goes along with my vlog from last week about relationships. What I want you to take with you is this. I didn't write this phrase that I'm about to mention. I read it somewhere and I wholeheartedly believe in it. We see the world not as it is, but as we are. So if we're viewing the world from a judgmental place, that's where we are with ourselves, and that's how we're functioning. If we're seeing our friends and our families and our coworkers and our neighbors and our partners from a certain vantage point, that's where we are when we're looking at ourselves. That's how we're seeing the world. You see the world as you are, not as it is. And I hope you take that with you, especially from last week with your partner. The way you view your partner is based on how you're seeing the world. And again, accept yourself for where you are. Also work on it though. You can accept yourself for where you are and how you're seeing your partner. And you can also work on yourself at the same time, right? So that's what I want to leave with you this week about judgment. We will pick up next week on the third part of negativity. And please email me, send me your messages, send me your thoughts. You can follow me on Instagram at Relative Inspiration. I have my information in the description box of the video. I hope this was helpful. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm enjoying doing this with you guys, even though it's tough for me to get up here and do this, because I often feel like, girl, you ain't got no right to be telling nobody what to do. That's hard for me. Y'all pray for me. That's hard for me to feel like I'm coaching folk, because I'm always coaching myself. So there's my stuff. I need to stop trying to be Miss Perfect and allow myself to have flaws too. And I have flaws and still help y'all. Right? Can I? Okay. So hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Mwah.